Beautiful people. Welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? We got Edward, we got Ghost, we got Gamer, Craig, Elliot, Sky, Lauren, Lewis. What's up? Kate, what's up? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Welcome. What's up, Jay? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome. So as you can see by the title, we are going to be talking about that fear of losing control, going crazy, so forth and so on. There's many different ways you can word that, but that is what we're going to be tackling tonight. Celebrity deathmatch. I'm at a wedding and it's tough. What's up, Sky? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you can sit back, listen to the stream, right? Maybe help you out. What's up, Brenda? Hello, guys. Right. Not because I'm anxious, but because I'm annoyed. Well, hopefully it'll be over soon, Sky. One of the best games ever. Weddings can be pretty cringe. I didn't think we'd be talking about weddings. Alright, guys. Wow. Chat filled up a lot quicker than it normally does. So we probably won't have to wait around very long before we get started tonight. Freaking in-laws and stuff. Understandable, Sky. Understandable. Alright, guys. Let's see. I think we can go ahead and get this one rolling, honestly. We've got a lot of people in here. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and adjust this just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and jump into this one. No sense in waiting around when we got a full crowd. Alright. Give me just a second. Okay. The fear of losing control / going crazy. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this one. So when I first started this stream, I said that there's a lot of different, let me get this music all the way out of here. There's a lot of different ways you can word this. Most people call it, I'm afraid of going crazy. They'll say something along those lines. Some people say, I'm afraid of losing touch with reality. Some people will claim, due to maybe symptoms like DPDR, that they have lost touch with reality. Let's break this down a little bit. And the reason I guess you could say I'm so familiar with this particular topic or fear is that if you've watched any of my older videos, you know that was a big one for me. That was a big one for me, worrying about this whole going crazy / insane thing, losing touch with reality. Again, there's just so many ways that you can word that, but very, very familiar due to personal experience with this topic. So let's get into it. I want to start off by saying, your fear is that you're going to go crazy or lose control or lose touch with reality, when actually quite the opposite is happening. And what I mean by that, quite the opposite is happening. You are too in touch with everything. That's your problem, right? So it's kind of ironic. Your fear is going crazy or losing touch with reality. Sensitized nerves, the worst thing that can happen, you scare yourself. It's quite ironic because your worst fear is losing touch with reality or going crazy, but quite the opposite is happening. You're too aware and conscious of every little feeling and every little thought, and you give them so much power and you give them so much credit, and you fight against them and you argue with them and you follow them down the rabbit hole, all this mental runaround. The problem is not that you're getting, a lot of people say, I feel like I'm getting closer to losing touch with reality or losing my mind. The problem is not that you're actually getting closer, which just can't happen, by the way. Not that you're getting closer to losing touch with reality or going crazy, but you're actually in the opposite boat. You are way too in touch with reality. You are way too in touch with every thought, every feeling, and that's the issue. So not only is your fear invalid because obviously it's just not possible, but you're on the total opposite of the spectrum here. You are in the territory of you're too in control. You're too aware. You're given too much power to every little thought, every little feeling, every little sensation. See, that's the issue. It's very ironic. You're afraid of going crazy and losing your mind, but your problem is you're too in touch with all of this to the point that you're overthinking every little thing that happens, every little thought, every little feeling. I know they don't feel little, but you get my point. The problem is you're too in touch. So it's just one big case of irony, as it usually is, with anxiety. It's always ironic. It's always a paradox. Your fear is you're going to go crazy and that you're losing touch with reality. No, you're too damn in touch, right? That is the problem. You're too damn in touch. You are. Every feeling you get, you are super just down the rabbit hole with it, just overthinking it. Every feeling you get, you're just down the rabbit hole, overthinking it. So the problem is not that you're losing touch with reality. And I understand it might feel that way due to your symptoms. Again, symptoms like DP or DR. I know it might feel that way, but the problem is actually quite the opposite. You're not allowing yourself to go into autopilot because you want to be on your guard. You're always looking out for the next feeling, the next thought, and you're given each feeling that comes in, you're giving it 100% of your thought process. Each thought that comes in, you're giving it 100% of your thought process. You're ruminating on every thought, every feeling. Your problem is not that you're losing touch with reality. Your problem is that you're too in touch with every thought and every feeling. See, it's quite the opposite. It couldn't be any further opposite than your fear. And that's the irony there. People fear these things. They have these made-up beliefs and they have these made-up fears. They tell themselves, oh, I'm losing control. I'm going crazy. You're too in control. You're trying to control every thought. You're trying to control every feeling. You're too in control is the problem. So it couldn't be any further away. You couldn't be any further away from your fear, right? So... And secondly, when it comes to what did I do? What did I do when I dealt with like that fear of going crazy or losing control and constantly having this rumination and worry about that subject? It came down to realizing, right? It came down to realizing that I had to hold myself accountable for all that rumination and worry that I was doing. So anytime I started to ruminate or worry, and you absolutely should apply this to any of your fears out there, right? This is just an example. I had many intrusives and many fears in my time, but this one in particular, I applied the same concept that we apply to any intrusives or any thoughts or feelings here on the channel, which is when they come in. So if your mind says, hey, you need to worry about going crazy, you say, okay, well, there's that thought, but I'm not going to buy the tickets for that ride, right? I accept it. It is what it is. You move on, you drop the rumination, you do it again 10 seconds later, 15 seconds later, 20 seconds later. They're not worth buying into. Simply put, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. None of this is worth buying into, and that's the problem. You continue to buy into things, right? You're buying into things. Your mind says you're going to go crazy. You're going to lose touch with reality. We just went over why that's ridiculous. We just went over why that couldn't be further from the truth, right? So at this point, you got to say, okay, we're not going to buy that anymore. So the worry starts up. Oh, you're going to go crazy. Okay, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to buy tickets to that. I'm going to move on from that. And then you have to hold yourself accountable and rinse and repeat that attitude instead of going down that rabbit hole, worrying about this, worrying about that, worrying about losing touch with reality, worrying about going crazy. You just keep buying tickets to shit shows and you wonder why you feel like shit, right? So that's really what it comes down to when we're talking about any subject involving anxiety and the worry that you do, right? So you have to stop buying tickets to the shit show. If you don't want to feel like shit, right? And I'm not saying that you're not going to still feel rough. You're healing. Your nerves are tired. They're going to pop off. Even if you do all the right things, you're still going to feel it. It takes time for your brain to catch up. It takes time for your nerves to heal. But what I am saying, if you want to stop adding to it, you have to stop buying tickets to the shit show, which means when you're sitting there minding your own business or you're going on about your day, you're in recovery, here comes a worry that says, oh, you're going to go crazy. You say, oh, that's nice. Thanks for that. It is what it is, but I'm not buying tickets to that shit show. I'm not going to ruminate on that. I'm not going to worry over that. So you're embracing and accepting the thought showing up or being tempted. You're embracing the split-second worry that's tempting you. You're accepting and embracing that because you can't help that. but you're not buying tickets to the rumination, which is worry. It's the same thing. Rumination, worry, same thing. You're not engaging in a bunch of worry. You're saying, oh, that's nice. I accept it. It is what it is. Thanks for saying that, but not buying tickets to the shit show. You got to hold yourself accountable, right? A lot of people are not holding themselves accountable to that, so it's just constantly buying tickets to different shit shows and wondering why the nerves are continuing to stay on edge. Now, again, I want to point out that just because you pass up buying tickets doesn't mean you still might not feel uncomfortable. You'll probably still feel uncomfortable, right? Because you're in recovery. You have tired nerves. So even if you stop buying tickets and living your life, the two keys, you're still going to have symptoms that pop off until your brain catches up, until your nerves heal. So understand that, because there is people out there that believe, okay, if I do this, I stop buying tickets, I live my life, I should feel instantly better. And of course, we always make it a point to say that's not how that works. It does take the time for the brain to catch up and for the nerves to heal. But yeah, guys, I mean, this topic, I don't want anyone to watch this stream and think that this topic is somehow different and you tackle this a different way compared to other topics or worries. It is the same thing. It is the same thing. I just wanted to shine a light on this topic in particular, mostly so I could come on here and give you that point. Hey, you're not going to go crazy or lose touch with reality, because the problem is not that you're going crazy or losing touch with reality. The problem is you're too far in control. You're too in control. Every thought, you're just following down the rabbit hole. Every feeling, you're just following down the rabbit hole. You couldn't be further away from losing control. In fact, you're in the territory of being too in control. So that worry, in particular, and all of these, irrational worries that come along with anxiety are just that, irrational. But that worry in particular just couldn't be any more ironic. It couldn't be any more ironic. The problem is not that you're losing touch with reality, but you're too in touch with reality. You're not allowing yourself to just go on autopilot. It's every thought and every feeling you're down the rabbit hole with. So you're not going crazy or losing touch with reality. You're too in touch with reality, right? So I just wanted to shine a light on that specific topic, but you would tackle that the same way that you tackle any other specific topic. It's all the same. The advice doesn't change from topic to topic, right? But I just wanted to shine a light on that. So you're not going crazy. Many nights I sat around worried about going crazy or losing my mind or this, that, and the other. And guess what? I stressed my nervous system out to the max, to the point that it was very, very severe. And I still never went crazy. It's not going to happen. You are too in control. You're so far away from that fear that it is ridiculous. Your problem is that you are too in touch with reality, right? So you won't allow yourself to go into autopilot because you've got this guard up. You won't allow, you're too in touch with every thought, every feeling. And the thing is, you need to live your life. You need to take things one day at a time. And when these thoughts and feelings come in, you don't follow them down the rabbit hole. You say, I'm not going to play that role. I'm not going to buy that ticket, right? But that doesn't mean you can do the work and still live your life and not have to have this guard up thinking, oh, I got to have my guard up 24/7. No, when these thoughts and feelings come around, you can still apply the advice. You don't have to be, you don't have to have a high guard up in order to apply the advice. When these thoughts and feelings roll around, just practice, right? Just practice. You don't have to walk around paranoid. You don't have to walk around with this high guard up all the time. Just when those thoughts and feelings are there, don't buy the tickets. Just say, hey, I accept that the feelings come. I accept that the thoughts came, but I'm not going to buy the tickets to the rumination and worry, right? That's all you got to do. And I know that sounds so much easier said than done, right? That's all you got to do. I know it's a lot more than that. I know it takes work, it takes practice, dedication. I get it, but my point is you don't have to walk around paranoid 24/7, right? 24/7. So again, guys, you couldn't be any further away. You couldn't be any further away from going crazy or losing your mind. The problem is you are too in control. You're trying to be too in control, right? You're worried about losing your mind. You're worried about going crazy. You're worried about losing touch with reality. But the truth of the matter is you're too in touch with reality, overthinking every thought, overthinking every feeling, right? Buying tickets to the shit show of rumination and worry, same thing, all day long. The problem is you are too in touch with reality. You're worried about losing touch with reality. You're too in touch with reality, right? So you couldn't be any further away from that fear, right? Okay, you guys. So that's my main point tonight. That's what I wanted to come on here and say tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, if it resonated with you at all, please leave a thumbs up, man. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for all the positivity and support. Thank you for watching. We are going to hang out with chat like we normally do. We'll see how long this one goes for. Let's see. Who do we still have in chat? Let's scroll up. Let's scroll up a bit. Because of the time lag between the results showing up, I still think maybe I'm doing something wrong and get frustrated. So I'm accepting but still feeling symptoms for days. So I'm thinking there's something I'm missing when it's just because it's more time than I think. Well, there lies the problem. You're still worried about something. You're worried about, oh, God, where's my results? Oh, God, time. That's still worry, right? So if you're truly accepting, which congrats on making those big first steps, but we want to get to the point where you're not spending so much time down the rabbit hole ruminating about time and symptoms. And so it's kind of ironic because I'm accepting, but yet because I'm feeling symptoms, now I'm ruminating about, oh, where's my results? It's still rumination. It doesn't, it counts as rumination. So we want to spend less time doing that. That is the same concept as buying a ticket to a shit show, right? So you want to notice when you're worried about that and try to drop that and continue to hold yourself accountable for that, right? Yesterday, the cookie jar. What's up, Luis? Yesterday, the cookie jar. Today, buying tickets to the shit show. Very good. Very good. Easy to adapt. Yes. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Luis. Thank you so much. New inner voice. Stop buying tickets to the shit show. Yeah. You can't control what thoughts and feelings come in, guys, right? You need to accept that part. Don't get frustrated. Don't get mad. Don't retreat. Hey, the feelings are here. The thought just came. But I'm not buying tickets to the shit show of rumination, right? You have to cut that out. So it's not accepting if you do a ton of rumination on something and then say, oh, I accept my rumination. We don't accept rumination. We work on rumination, right? That's the point. That's the entire point. Let's see. What's up, Elliot? I get like that game around changing. A change in lighting will scare me. A breeze will scare me. A comedy movie will scare you. Yeah, if your nerves... Well, I mean, that's what a tired nervous system is, right? It means that your nerves are quite literally on a hair trigger, so it doesn't need to be anything necessarily drastic or dramatic or important to trigger a very tired nervous system, right? That's why it's very tired, because it's fragile. And when we say sensitized nervous system, simpler way to put that is a tired nervous system or even a fragile nervous system. So with a fragile nervous system, it doesn't take much, and that's okay. That's fine. Fully, hey! Fully, thank you so much, dude. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It says good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate you, Fully. Let's see if we can pop off a streak tonight, guys. We are on a 0-day streak, but that is okay. I believe we'll get that streak back soon. Thank you so much, Fully, for the $5 tip, first tip of the stream. Hey, give some love in the chat, guys. Give some love in the chat for Fully. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. Without your guys' support, we wouldn't be here doing this daily, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the purple hearts, guys. Yeah, purple hearts show love and gratitude to our tippers. Donkey, Friday night with Wonder Bro. What's up, Donkey? Glad you could be here, dude. It's better nowadays, but a while back, there we go. A while back, anything could scare me. Yeah, it's fragile nerves, right? Sensitized nerves is just a fancy term for fragile. I'm having fear of losing control because my symptoms changed. I cannot keep concentration on what I'm trying to do. My eyes feels like they're going to rip out of my skull. It feels like DPDR, but it's not. Question mark. Of course, I can't, diagnose anyone, but I will tell you this if you were late to this stream, I highly recommend you watching this stream back. We went over the fact that when you're worried about losing control, it's actually quite funny because I know it's not funny, but it's ironic because you couldn't be any close or any further away from losing control. You're too in control. You're too in tune with every thought down the rabbit hole, every feeling down the rabbit hole, right? Donkey! Hey, Donkey, thank you so much for the $5 tip. Show him some love in the chat. Says, hey, Wonder Bro, what's up, Donkey? Good to see you, dude. It's always good to see you. Yeah, maybe we'll get a streak started tonight. Let's see. Read some more comments here. How you doing, Sky? How's that wedding going? Are you holding it together? I struggled with this hard. I had to stop reacting out of fear. I had to invite it in and stay with it when I would have those intense fear moments. It slowly went away. It took practice and time. Kristen, thank you for popping in and leaving that positive message of support for everybody else. Really, really appreciate that. That's very encouraging for anyone who reads those positive success messages. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Losing control refers to the fear of acting on your fears as well. I've acted on fear before, so how can I believe that I wouldn't again? No, not necessarily. Losing control as in straight jacket, applesauce, rocking back and forth, and the slammer kind of losing control is where a lot of people's fear lies. Of course, you can do things out of fear. Of course, everybody does. Everybody uses compulsions out of fear. Everybody makes decisions out of fear, and that's what we're wanting to get away from, right? Hopefully, we can get away from that. We can work on that. But when we talk about people say they're afraid of going insane or crazy or losing, it's the stereotypical white room padding. No, you're not losing control as in because you made decisions or made choices because you had fear. Everybody makes decisions or choices because they have fear. We call that compulsions, right? We call that compulsions. That's just run-of-the-mill stuff. So, Rick, thank you so much, Rick. So when we say losing control, I'm referring to people that have this fear of like going insane, crazy, like actually losing their shit. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not saying losing control means, oh, you did a compulsion out of fear. No, everybody does that. That's something that we can work on. So I hope that clears it up. Rick, thank you so much for the $5 tip, buddy. I really appreciate you. We're at 15 on our tip goal, guys. If you'd like to support the stream, link is in the description. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Let's read those names again. Fully, Rick, and Donkey. Show these guys some love in the chat. Hey, the other night, I think you missed a $10 tip, and we broke a streak because of it. I'm pretty sure the streak should be longer. We were way away from the tip goal the past 2 nights. Even if I did miss a $10 tip, which I don't think I did, we wouldn't have hit tip goal. We were only on like 20. So, but I really, now you got me thinking, but I really don't think I missed a $10 tip. But even if I did, like I said, that wouldn't have been enough to hit tip goal. The past 2 streams, we've only got to like 15, I think, or 20. Let's see. I'm determined to add more activity, which, by the way, is fine. I'm just saying I don't think, no, the streak wouldn't have continued. I don't want anyone to think the streak should be continued. It definitely did not continue. I'm determined to add more. Why can't I read? I'm determined to add more activities to my life this week. Start living outside, routines. Hey, man, level up, right? You got the core skills. Hey, Wonder Bro, did you go through the feeling of dissatisfaction from life due to losing a loved one? If so, how to go through it? Time, which is the answer people don't want to hear because everyone wants that instant fix, right? Time, especially when it comes to losing a loved one, especially when it comes to grief. Time is going to be what heals. It takes time to adjust to a life without that person. It takes time to adjust to a life without their presence, and nothing can substitute time. Of course, you can apply the skills that you've learned here on the channel while you're going through that grieving process, acceptance, not going down the rabbit hole with every thought, every feeling, and whatnot. But yes, time. I'm really struggling with this tonight. I don't know why I can't keep concentration. Is this something that happens with anxiety? Yeah, you're very hyper-focused. It really feels like DPDR, but it's not. I'm doing my best to follow your advice. So you see how you're already kind of down the rabbit hole, like what's going on here? I understand that you guys got questions, right? But don't dive too deep into why I can't do this and why I can't do that. It's just you're going to find more questions than answers in your own head, right, when it comes to anxiety. But to answer your question, yes, having difficulties concentrating is like run-of-the-mill, probably one of the more common anxiety symptoms. Is anger a good response to anxiety, or does it just add fuel to the fire, just like rumination? Depends. It depends if your more aggressive sort of response to anxiety does not get you into a rumination. If it gets you into rumination, probably not a good response. If it keeps you out of the rumination and keeps you in that accepting attitude, then great response, right? Great response. Let's see. Is one of one in here? I don't know. I'm trying to get used to these names, but we got a $5 cash app. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That takes us to 20. I really believe we'll pick our streak back up. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Show them some love in the chat, man. Show them some love. Let's see. Man, I am behind on comments. I am doing my best here, guys. I'm doing my best here. Let's see. Is it better to relax or engage? Well, you never want to engage with like rumination or worry, right? But if you mean relax or engage, it really depends on the context in which you're asking that. Did you ever go on meds? I did not. I got it bad, Wonder Bro. I'm trying to do better the best I can. I appreciate you. No, absolutely, dude. I understand that. I understand you guys are going through intense symptoms. I've been there, done that, walked that, right? And I understand you guys are going through intense symptoms. I understand how uncomfortable they are. But we're just here to talk about what you can do to work on that, right? We're here to talk about what you can do to stay out of the worry and to embrace these thoughts and feelings and not go down these rabbit holes. So I completely understand that people are struggling, right? That's why we're here. It's just best to talk about what we can do about that rather than talk about how bad you feel, because you already know how bad you feel, right? You already know how uncomfortable you feel. Where's that going to get us talking about that, right? So, yeah, I completely understand. You're feeling it. You're going through it. I get it. Let's see. This is going to be embarrassing, but have you ever, and by the way, if I missed any comments, because we've got a full house tonight, guys, and I am just one person here. If I miss any important comments, just please rewrite them or copy and paste them. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. It's just that this is not like a typical YouTube channel where you can address a comment in 2 seconds. These comments I have to take a lot of time to address, so I'm probably your comment's going to get buried. This is going to be embarrassing, but have you ever considered XXX being a contributor? Pornography, I assume. Have you ever considered pornography being a contributor to anxiety/depression? Maybe cutting down on unhealthy habits will help. Just a thought. There's a debate about that. There's a back and forth about that. Some people believe that actually sex and pornography and things like that, whatever, is a good part of the healing process. It gets you back into living. It gets you back into, positive behavior. It's actually a good thing. And then there's some people that say, no, that can be unhealthy if it's taken out of context and it's too, it becomes too strong of a habit. And there's people that claim that you should never do that, and you're better off if you just never indulge in that sort of thing. There's so many different sides to that debate. And I have no idea which is best. I really have no idea. I don't think there's necessarily a best when it comes to that topic. I think you should go with the flow. I think you should do what you want to do as far as your sex life is concerned. I don't think one way helps more than the other way. There's so many people out there that heal, that cut out the habits of rumination and worry and do just fine and heal their nervous system, that do it all sorts of different ways. Some people that believe that, some people don't believe that. Some people, it's personal choice, and it's not going to be a make or break. In my opinion, it doesn't make a difference. It does not make a difference. Does not make a difference. If you can wank one, you're not too far gone. Jesus. Yeah, I'm trying to stay mature about no jokes. It's normal, man. It's part of being a human being, right? It's part of being a human being. If you believe that you should never do it again because it's helping you out, okay, whatever. I don't care. If you believe that you should do it daily, that's great too. Personally, I'm not giving it up anytime soon. I used to casually enjoy smoking a joint or having a couple drinks on the weekends, but after my DPDR episode, it just makes me feel anxious. Now I don't have the same good reaction that I used to. Well, yeah, you're in a sensitized nervous system, so anytime you're in an altered state, whether it's from smoking a joint or having a couple beers, you are going to probably overthink it. You're probably going to psych yourself out, and that's why you can no longer enjoy those sorts of things. Now, there is a truth behind how alcohol and the hangover from alcohol has an effect on the nervous system, which can increase those symptoms for the duration of that hangover. So should you continue to drink, I mean, personally, that's up to you. Again, this is all like personal choice, right? This is all just personal choice, but Wonder Bro, prayer to God is a coping method for healing. Again, there's a lot of personal choice questions tonight. You know, guys, whether you want to drink, whether you want to smoke a joint, whether you want to rub one out in the corner, whether you want to, you know, do whatever the hell you want to do, whether you want to pray to God, not pray to God, these are all things that our personal choice, but you're missing the bigger picture. It's not about how many times you rub one out in a sock. It's not about how many times you smoke a joint. It's not about how many times you pray to God. It's about whether or not you're using that core advice. Are you ruminating on your thoughts and feelings? Are you buying tickets to the shit show? Are you leaving your feelings alone and not buying tickets to rumination and stopping yourself from doing that? Are you accepting your feelings and not buying tickets to rumination and stopping yourself from doing that? Right? That's what it comes down to, guys. Not how many joints you smoke or how many times you pray to God or how many times you bust a fat one. None of that matters really in the grand scheme of things. Of course, you can get nitpicky and you can say, oh, you know, I tell people all the time, hey, maybe you can cut back on drinking so much. Maybe those hangovers are making you feel rough and you don't have the advice down, so you're still ruminating and stuff. You know, I say stuff like that. You can get nitpicky if you want. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I pray more, pray less, smoke less, drink less? Let's focus on the core. Right? Let's focus on the core. You've got people that drink that heal. You got people that don't drink that heal. I'm not a fan of drinking. I don't think you should drink a ton during recovery. But anyway, you got people that smoke that heal, people that don't smoke that heal, people religious that heal, people not religious that heal. We gotta stay focused on the core advice here, because none of that little nitpicky stuff really matters. Right? Does that make sense? And I understand the questions. I get it. I fully understand. I'm glad you guys are asking these questions, but you get too far away and you get too nitpicky. Let's see. Yeah, so I totally understand the questions. The questions aren't a problem. I'm just saying, don't get too nitpicky, because that's rumination in itself. You're worried. You're sitting there worried. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I pray more, pray less? Should I do this? Should I stop watching this? Should I stop masturbating? You're getting too, you're already worried, and that's really the problem. That's why your nervous system can't catch a break, because you keep buying tickets to these shit shows, right? So the questions themselves are good questions, and thank you for the questions, but I hope you understand what I'm getting at here. Losing control for me is acting on thoughts that scared you. Understandable, fearing that you'd slam on the brakes on the highway and then actually do it. So if you worry about that enough, maybe you'll cut back your chances of slamming on the brakes. That's sarcasm. That is complete sarcasm. But the answer to your question is within that sarcasm, right? I'm afraid that I'll slam on the brakes, so you ruminate about how you're going to slam on the brakes, and now you're working yourself up even more, right? Do you see the irony there? So it's like people are like, I'm afraid this is going to happen. And then you worry about it happening, and now you're worked up even more. You're not prepared. You're less prepared, and now you're worked up, and you didn't actually accomplish anything by investigating and buying tickets to the shit show of, oh my God, what if this happens? You didn't actually accomplish anything, and you especially didn't avoid it happening. You just are now more worked up and more in an irrational place. So you're actually less prepared now. So the irony is people do worry to be more prepared, but the worry makes you less prepared. And that's the irony of the situation, right? We use the word irony here all the time because, again, like I said earlier, anything dealing with anxiety is just ironic. It's just all one big case of irony, really. You mean you can do anything, but you should not ruminate? When it comes to that little nitpicky stuff, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Yeah. Now, does that mean you should go shoot heroin and snort coke off a stripper's ass? Probably not. If you're going through healing, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that shit. But the little nitpicky stuff, should I pray more? Should I pray less? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's all irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. Use your common sense, right? If it's something that you think is really fucked up, you probably shouldn't do it because it's going to fuck you up. Don't do it. But this little nitpicky stuff, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Wonder, bro, you should do a stream where you go into detail about your story and symptoms. Actually type in Vacate Fear story, and you'll find, I think it's a pretty lengthy video, and I think there might be actually 2 or 3 of them where I go into some pretty intense detail, not for the faint of heart, not for the ruminators. Some pretty intense detail on my story. You can find that there. Um, let's see. Oh man, we're still talking about busting the nuts. Okay. I wonder if you were put in a real life or death situation and survived, if anxiety would go away or make it worse. Well, it'd be irrelevant because as soon as the real life or death situation is over, you'd still have your habits of ruminate. You just go back to who you were, a ruminating warrior. Right. People worry to be more prepared, but actually they're less prepared by worrying. Yes, that again, irony. All right, guys, give me a moment. We're about halfway through the stream. Thank you for the supporters so far. Thank you for you guys watching. Let's see if we can get our streak going. We are at 20 on 50. If you'd like to support the stream, link is in the description. Thank you for all the excellent questions. I will be right back, and we'll finish this stream strong. All right, we're back. We're going to knock this one out. Just about knocked speaking of knocking things out, just about knocked everything off my screen. I think I did back in the day. What are we talking about now? What's the conversation topic at the moment? Music? Is that what we're on? Anyone ever play the Mega Man games? A time or two, maybe. Never really got super into them. Anyone see the new John Wick? I know Terry has. He posted that in the Discord. I have not seen the new John Wick. I'm assuming I should probably see, what is there, like, there's 3 before that now, the newest one. So I should probably see those first. Should probably see those first. But just to kind of touch on a comment that said people worry to be more prepared, but they're actually less prepared by worrying. Quoting me on something I said earlier. Yes, I love it too. I love that too, because that is what people do. You ruminate and worry, which, by the way, guys, I've been using the term ruminate recently on stream. It's just a term. It means worry. But yeah, that's exactly what that is. People ruminate and worry because they want to be more prepared. It's kind of like having a guard up, and that's what happens. They do it to be more prepared, and they're less prepared because the more rumination and worry you do, the more you enter into an irrational state of mind. And so it's kind of ironic in that way. Now playing Mega Man Battle Network 4 on Game Boy Advance. There's so many Mega Man games, dude. I can't keep up with them all, to be honest with you. Where's our music? We got to get our music back. There we go. I don't know what this is. I got something random playing in the background. Yeah, at least we're not on those topics, gamer. I'll agree with you there. Lacey with the ghost. What's up, Lacey? What's cracking? The new Wick was off the hook. Looks beautiful too. Is it one of those movies that you need to see the ones that came before it before you should even try to tackle the new one? Wonder Bro, I catch you live after a long time. It's Indian Standard Time, 8:35 a.m. Okay, yeah, so for you and like Ghost, for example, this is a good time. So everyone who watches from India really doesn't get to catch me live that often, unless we do a late one like this. Still have to watch the Mario movie. I'm looking forward to the Mario movie. Now, that is one that I'm looking forward to. I'm a nerd. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. John Wick movies are awesome. I've heard they are, yeah. Mario movie equals texting a mate to say it is what it is. Mario movie was really good. Just don't see it in 3D. It wasn't a good 3D movie. I've only seen one good 3D movie in my life, and that was My Bloody Valentine 3D. That impressed me. That was really good. That was really good. That's been many years ago. Okay, so it is one of those movies where you need to watch them in order. Got it. All right. Feel free to ask your questions, guys. Feel free to ask your questions. We're going to be live for about 15 more minutes, so feel free to ask your questions. I've been catching myself living normal life. I'm reading old comments that I missed, apparently. I've been catching myself living normal life, not even worried, ruminating, or this or that. Just regular, normal life glimpses. Great sign, dude. Great sign, Luis. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, you're heading in the right direction. I wonder how many real tigers and Caribbean sea animals my great-great-great-grandfather had to fight and kill in real-life situations for me to be protected by this anxiety in 2023. Yeah. Anxiety is very much a caveman mechanism, right? It's very much a prehistoric sort of mechanism. Mario was so predictable. However, Bowser kidnaps the princess. Mario must rescue her. That sums it up. Sounds like just about every Mario game in existence, right? Just about. Right? It's weird I haven't been worried or overthinking, but I can still feel the same feelings as if I were. Well, yeah, that's it. You know, it takes time for the brain to heal, right? It takes time for your nerves to heal. It's not an instant thing. That would be like saying, hey, I cut out my bad habit of worry and rumination. I'm working on my mental health, and I'm living, and I'm not getting instant results. I'm not 100% healed. Well, of course not. You know, your nerves are tired, your nerves are fragile, and that's going to take time for those to heal. If you was to get a cut on your arm today, you wouldn't treat it and expect it to disappear the same day you put, ointment on it and a Band-Aid on it. You wouldn't look down at it 5 seconds later and tear the Band-Aid off and say, why is it still there, right? That's not how that works. It's the same way with a tired nervous system. You know, your body needs time to heal. Your body has to have time to heal. That's just basic rookie knowledge right there, is that just like with a cut on the arm, you can't put a Band-Aid over it, some ointment on it, a Band-Aid over it, and then look down at it 10 seconds later and say, hey, I did the right things. I put ointment on it, I put a Band-Aid on it, and it's still there, right? It's going to take time for your body to heal. So try to keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind. Horrible short-term memory. That was a big one for me. Anyways, I'm still applying the 2 keys no matter how frustrating it is. 101, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Let's read those names again. 101, Rick, Donkey, and Fully. Thank you guys for the support tonight. If you'd like to support the stream, link is in the description. We're going to end this one in about 15, 10-ish or so minutes. Felt effortless and great today. I feel so irrational I can't even glimpse that. Burning hot all day long. Well, see, that's the thing. If you get really upset by the fact that symptoms are there, you're missing the point. Because I'm not saying you're missing the point, gamer. I'm just saying in general, because it goes back to what I just told Elliot. You're still going to have a ton of thoughts and feelings. As long as you're not buying tickets into rumination and you're living your life, then you're fine. You're using the 2 keys. That's the 2 keys. There's no other keys. Right? There's no other keys there. That's it. So when you become really focused on the way that you're feeling, oh my god, and you're buying tickets to the shit show again, right? So it's not about the way that you're feeling. It's not about the thoughts that you're having. It's about whether or not you're buying those tickets to the rumination. Yeah. So you don't base anything off the way that you feel. Then I woke up feeling. So you went to bed. Looked forward to killing the keys again. I woke up like a mental patient, afraid of everything, high anxiety. Well, that's not in your control. That's not your responsibility. That's irrelevant. You just use the advice, right? Anxiety learns while anxiety's turned on. We actually want you to wake up feeling like a mental patient. That way we can use the advice. And again, these pathways in your brain learn while they're fired up. So we actually want you to wake up feeling that way so that you can use the 2 keys and put in some work, right? Can you talk some about your recovery here and now, like with fear of losing control and rumination, what you went through, or just a story you remember? If you were late to this stream, watch it back from the beginning. That's what this stream was all about. I would highly recommend you watch it back from the beginning. I overcame anxiety for some time now, but for the life of me, I get so much discomfort while driving that it's crazy. I would say don't get lost on specifics. Don't think that you need to tackle this in any other way. You obviously have experience with the advice here, so tackle it the same exact way. Also, I know you're fairly, or at least I haven't seen your name all that often, Jay. So if you're fairly new here, you can check out my story videos. They're up on the channel. Ketchup on eggs? Ketchup on eggs? Absolutely not. If you put ketchup on eggs, you've got bigger problems than I can help you with. Bigger problems than I can help you with. There's always those 2 groups of people. There's the ketchup on eggs people, and there's the people that don't put ketchup on eggs. The people who put ketchup on eggs, they've got more serious issues than I can possibly help them with. But I mean, God bless you, right? God bless you, and I wish you the best. But you're going to need someone with even more talent than what I've got. Not just super thrown off by it. I'm chilling a bit now, but paranoid. Used the keys to the best of my ability today, but definitely was doing a bunch of second fear. I mean, it's a learning experience, right? It's a practice. We use the term practice all the time here. I just want to get back to the point where I can be like, it's just anxiety, it burns, and then I feel better, and going back to doing what I'm doing. That would be amazing progress for me. Well, again, you're totally out of your control what the thoughts and feelings do. Wonder Bro, 10 years ago, did you ever imagine you'd be doing live streams about anxiety on YouTube? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I had no idea. It was quite the turn of events. How about pineapple on pizza? I love that shit. You see what I'm saying, right? Like, Elliot's sitting around eating pineapple on pizza, and then he's making some eggs and throwing ketchup on that shit. Like, you got more problems than I can help you with, right? unfortunately. My ears flap? Isn't that strange, or is it normal? Interesting. My ears flap. I believe we are experiencing maybe a bit of a language barrier. Your ears flap. Could you reword that? Just wanted to see if you remember a hard time you went through rumination, fear of losing control. Oh, every day, 24/7, right? So, and of course that was before I knew what I was doing. So it was constant 24/7. There wasn't really a break in that. And that was all self-inflicted, obviously. But yeah, there wasn't a particular time. It was just literally my life. So... Whatever sounds like my answer to this whole anxiety journey. Yeah, there's not a particular time that I can just pull out, and I mean, I'm sure there is, but if you want to be real, I mean, it was 24/7 rumination. It was always thinking I was going to lose my mind. That was a pretty constant thing. It wasn't just like a situation here, a situation there, a situation here. It was just situations all the time, basically. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping this one up, man. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate you guys. You've got a lot of good questions tonight, a lot of positivity. I really appreciate it. By the way, if you're one of those people that eat ketchup on eggs or pineapple on pizza, I will do my best not to judge you. You're loved, okay? I promise you're loved. I'm just picking on you. It's a little weird that you do that, but... we're shutting things down, man. We're shutting it down. Thank you so much for being here. Boom. We're just going to shut it down right on stream. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have a good night. I love you so much. Stay awesome. What's going on? I'm in the dark. I'm gonna stay into... One second, I gotta pick this up. My hats are falling off the wall. Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna stay in the dark to see if we'll see if Sky's capping or not. I don't know, man. That would be, Sky might really need you to get through this wedding. He said better safe than sorry. I would be stupid to pass that up. But I don't know. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that is legit. I don't know if that's legit, man. Give me just a second, guys. Give me just a second. Sorry guys, I had to go grab something real quick. They say there is no cure for panic disorder, which I think I have. I'm not buying tickets to the shit show, but I don't know how to get used to daily panic attacks in the house or out trying exposure. So I would say the first thing I would say is that it doesn't matter whether you're in the house or outside doing exposure. Same concept, Mike. A lot of people deal with panic, and a lot of people have dealt with this panic on this channel specifically, and have been able to overcome that. A lot of people have been given different diagnoses and labels. I don't give much credit to those because I've just seen too much success here on the channel to give credit to those, myself included. So the suspense is killing me. Yeah, I don't know. He said 1 sec. I mean, I would be stupid to not give it a shot. Like, that would just be really dumb of me. I mean, what's it gonna hurt to wait around a second, right? To see if that's legit or not? Be a very dumb decision of me. A very dumb decision. So we'll wait around for a minute and see if it's legit. Right? Doesn't hurt anything. I got the lens cap on my camera, which is why it's completely dark. I'm one of those people. So this guy's got some drinks in him, you never know. Like I said, I would be an absolute idiot to not wait around a second and just see if it's legit, right? That would be so stupid of me. I might as well see if it's legit. You never know. You never know. If it's not, it's not. It's no big deal. I like a good joke. Oh my God, he's not playing. He's not playing. He's not playing. Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, how do I do this without... Okay, I don't think I can do it without showing his full name. He's not playing. He's not playing. Holy fucking shit. Dude, Sky. Sky, I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't even know what to say, dude. I don't even know what to say. Jesus Christ. Dude, I never talk about my personal shit. I just had some shit pop up recently that I was like trying to get figured out. That's going to cover that. I've got to get my septic tank drained, which is going to cost anywhere from $500 to $800. And I was like scrambling to make sure that I could do that. And you just covered that. You just covered that. I was trying to figure out how I was going to do that and how to make that work in my budget. And ever since my grandparents had this place, of course now they're passed away, they never had the septic tank pumped, and it's been like 40 some years, and I desperately needed to do that, and I did not have the funds to do that, and I was kind of worried about how I was going to make that happen. But that just covered it. That just completely covered it. No matter what the cost is, you just fucking completely covered that, and now I can get that done. So thank you. Holy shit. Thank you so much for that tip. Let's update the tip goal, shall we? Let's update the tip goal. Wow. Wow. Okay. I need a cigarette, man. I need a fucking cigarette. I hope Sky doesn't wake up tomorrow and regret that decision. But wow, you are a fucking god. Thank you so much for that. Damn. I don't know what to say. But we're here. We're here. We are here. I don't apparently you don't. Apparently you don't. And I am sorry I doubted you. It's just when someone says they're gonna do that, that's like, holy shit, I don't know about that. But apparently you don't fuck around. And much respect, much love. Much love. Like I said, I just got off the phone today. I don't mention this shit on stream because why would I? But just so you know how much you helped me out, I'm going to tell you the story. I just got off the phone today talking to a dude who's supposed to come by Thursday to inspect and look at my septic tank that has not been pumped since my grandparents had the place. So like, you're supposed to do it every 5 years. It's been up in the 40s, which can be pretty expensive to get it pumped. So I was like, how's that going to work? How am I going to fit that into my budget? But I've got to do it because if I don't do it, it's going to get out of hand and it's going to lead to bigger problems. And I was scrambling a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I was scrambling a little bit on how I was going to make that happen. So you just covered it. You just covered it. I needed a fucking miracle in order to get that pump done. And my fucking miracle just landed in my lap. So Sky, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. I really don't know what else to say besides you have no idea how much weight you just lifted off my shoulders. The shit I don't talk about on stream, we talk about it now because that just really saved my skin on that one. Think about it, dude. Think about what you just did for me. Because of you, there's a good chance now that I can get my septic pumped and not destroy the whole thing and have shit backed up in my drains in my house. So you just did more for me than you think you did, and I really appreciate it. I'm gonna stop rambling now. I don't know what else to do but ramble because I'm just in a state of shock. So you're a fucking G, dude. I appreciate the shit out of you. I never smoke on stream, but I mean, when you get smacked in the face with something like that, you know, I think it's okay to smoke on stream right now. I think it's completely justified. This guy is a man of his word. Respect. Yeah. No, seriously, respect. Mad respect. Mad respect. Yeah, sorry for the ramble. I just, anytime a massive tip like that rolls through, I like to make sure the person that was generous enough to do something like that understands how much they helped me out. So that's why you had to listen to a 10-minute story on my septic tank. So just because I want you to know how much you did for me, right? I want you to know. That's why I give you the story, because I want you to know that you did a huge favor for me. Huge favor. I appreciate it. A ton, dude, a ton. Yeah, smoke a cigarette, dude. I have to. After a bombshell like that, I have to smoke a cigarette. Oh, you're a legend. You're an absolute legend. A 4-figure tip goal. Yeah, that's insane. Insane. Miracles do happen. Miracles do happen. 100%. 100%. Who do we still have in here? I feel like we need to send out another Discord notification because I'd say a lot of people dropped off after the stream was ending. Let's send out, yeah, let's do that because I feel like a lot of people left. Who can blame them, right? I was ending the stream. So let's send out another notification. There we go. Thanks not Dr. Diagnosis. That sounds like a catchy supervillain name. Sounds like a catchy supervillain name. Yeah, I don't even smoke, and I'd smoke a cigarette if someone tipped me 1K. Exactly, dude. It's like, what else do you do? You know what? Life is so weird and unpredictable. I'm in a good space, and I've been offended from all you fine folk. I love you. We love you too, Sky. Life is very weird and unpredictable. Like I said, before I started this stream earlier today, I got off the phone trying to figure out how the hell I was going to budget enough to get my septic pumped and repaired, and I just didn't know how I was going to do that. Sorry, I'm burpy all of a sudden. I just didn't know how I was going to do that, and then all of a sudden, life being so weird and unpredictable, here comes Sky with a random $1,000 tip, which covers my bill for my septic pump and repair. So, miracles, dude. I don't know how else to explain. It's not a fucking coincidence. It can't be a fucking coincidence. Just got off the phone a couple hours before this stream, trying to figure out how I was going to budget to get my septic repaired, and didn't say anything about it, right? I'm not going to bring that up to the channel. Why would I bring that up to the channel? And then all of a sudden, Sky comes in with a $1,000 tip. I don't know, dude. It's fucking weird. It's amazing. It's weird. Life is unpredictable. Thank you so much, Sky. You said you got to go. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. I hope this does help. Oh, dude, you have no idea how much this helps me. I was scrambling trying to figure out how I was going to afford that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can we get some spam in the chat? Can we get some spam in the chat for Sky? Some purple hearts in the. I mean, come on, guys. Let's get those purple hearts rolling, dude. Let's get those purple hearts rolling, man. Get some spam in the chat for Sky. That is unfucking believable. Get some spam going in the chat. Yes, I will have a clean, functional septic tank. Thank you so much, Sky. I really appreciate it, dude. And that's the thing. Here's the thing. I didn't mention anything about that. I didn't say anything about that. Sky had no idea. He just wanted to tip 1,000 for no reason. He didn't even know I had some expenses that I needed to cover. I never even told the channel, right? Not on the Discord, nowhere. So he just did that because he wanted to do it. He wasn't even, you know, he had no idea that I needed help with that. Like, I never told anybody. So he just did it out of the kindness of his own heart, man. That's fucking unbelievable. There's the purple hearts. There's the purple hearts. There we go. We love to see it. We love to see it. Don't feel obligated to stay, man. I appreciate you, Sky. I am going to stick around for a little bit. Thank you so much. What's up, Cassie? Just joined. I don't believe we can get psychosis from anxiety. You can't. No, you can't. Go crazy that way, but I do believe high anxiety we can act irrational and thus look or act crazy. You can come off as irrational and make irrational choices like compulsions, right? Compulsions sometimes make you appear very irrational. Yeah, you can do that, but not to the degree that you lose your mind, not to the degree that you would do anything super detrimental to yourself or others. No, yeah, that won't happen. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, you can do compulsions, which in turn makes you look like you're a very irrational person, right? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying 100%. Sky's the limit, dude. Much love to you all. Much love to you, Sky. I really appreciate it, dude. I really, really appreciate it. Sky is such a good dude. Here's the kicker, man. Here's the real kicker. And I know Sky didn't tip that so that, you know, I could sit here and talk about him. I know, you know. But here's the kicker. That's not the first time, right? For those of you who don't know, that's not the first time Sky has come in here and done something like that. He's done that before. He has tipped 1K before in the past. So just an absolute G, man. An absolute G. Appreciate you, Sky. Yeah, good night, Sky. I hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful night, whatever time it is where you're from. Thank you so much again for that, dude. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, we're still live, dude. There's no way we can shut it down after that. We're going to keep going for a bit. We're going to keep going for a bit after something like that. That's crazy. We were in the process of shutting him down. I was on the ending screen there, and then Sky comes in and drops an absolute bombshell on everybody. So thank you for the purple hearts, guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. I was ready to end the stream and just go on with the rest of the night. That was the plan. A lot of people did leave, which is why I sent another notification out to the Discord. But I'm gonna, I don't want to run it in the ground, but I am gonna say it one more time. Sky had no idea that I had some expenses pop up, like with the septic I need drained and stuff. Like, I didn't tell anybody on the channel. I didn't tell the Discord. Why would I do that? I just kept it to myself, as I do most things, because why would I tell anybody about my expenses. So he had no idea that I actually really needed the help right now. Nobody had any idea, because that's not something you tell your channel all the time. So he had no idea I needed the extra help. He just wanted to send $1,000 tip for no reason, really. And it just so happens that this was a time that I really needed the help. So I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Just want to make that known. That is very, very generous. But anyway, if I can ground myself for a second and wrap my head around that, it's going to take me all night to do that. What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? The moment of clarity when you snap out of rumination. Everything you're worried about is bullshit. So amazing experiencing that right now. It's just, next time you start to ruminate again, gamer, hold yourself accountable. Be like, wait a minute, you're going down the rumination route, and that's just going to lead to, what did we say earlier, right? Buying tickets to the shit show. Buying tickets to the shit show. Beautiful heart. Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's no coincidence. It makes you wonder. It really does. It makes you wonder. Like, again, nobody knew that I was like having that expense pop up and really struggling trying to figure out how to afford that. Nobody knew that. Then all of a sudden, Sky just drops $1,000. It makes you wonder, is there something out there? Is there something out there watching over me? I don't know. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. Said to myself, fuck this, I'm done doing this. And then boom, clarity, and now I want to do things. There you go, dude. Keep dropping that rumination over and over again. About to call it a night. Well, I appreciate you being here, Lick. I really do. We know the feeling, Wonder Bro. We feel the same way every time you do a stream, man. Appreciate you, Lewis. Thank you so much, dude. Luis, I remember I got to put the spice in there. Thank you so much. I have those here and there, and it really shows the real us is still completely there. Yes. You just got to keep calling that rumination out, right, gamer? And if a stream was able to help you call that rumination out and put the brakes on it a bit, that's great. I hope you can keep that momentum up even long after the stream. It's a practice. It's definitely a practice. What do you think about when anxiety's high makes you irrationally angry? I think it's a form of going crazy because you can't hold things together. Well, you got to understand, when most people have that fear of quote-unquote going crazy, we're talking about like total losing your mind, slipping off into the abyss and knocking your head against a wall. I don't know, rubber room type stuff. That's what I'm talking about when I say people with the fear of going crazy. I understand that you guys do irrational things when you're anxious. That's not going crazy. That's not going crazy. Doing irrational things, using compulsions when you're really anxious, that's not going crazy. Being angry when you're anxious, that's not going crazy. Right? When I say going crazy, I mean people that's got the fear of like padded cells, right? Using compulsions and making irrational choices and having weird behavior because you're anxious, that's not going crazy. That's what you're doing out of fear. That's not going crazy, right? You're not going crazy. Usually happens when I get pissed, and that motivates me. Whatever stops the rumination, right? And hopefully you can keep this up long term, right? You can keep doing this even after the stream is long over. I'm going to wake up and say LGF time for anxiety to suck today's dick. Okay. Oh boy. Hey, dude, like I said, if it helps you cut rumination and you hold yourself accountable for no longer ruminating, I don't care what your inner voice is. And if you want to use the aggressive approach, more power to you. We got a regular here in the chat, big time supporters named Sanchez. His approach was actually just saying fuck it. Every time he caught himself ruminating, he'd be like, you know what, fuck it. And he would drop that rumination, and you have to do it again and again and again. Right? It's a rinse and repeat process. But that's more along the lines of the aggressive approach, right? And that's what he did, and helped him. So thanks for replying to me. I know I'm a pain in the ass. You are not a pain in the ass. I just wanted to make it very, very clear that when we say going crazy, we don't mean doing irrational things or using compulsions or having weird behavior. That's all expected. That's just people acting out of fear. When we say going crazy, we mean you're not going to have some snap and padded cell type shit, right? That's not going to happen. It's just, no. You're not crazy because you get angry and you use compulsions and you have irrational or odd behavior. That's normal. That's normal with anxiety. Indeed, Luis. Explain how appreciative I am when I get the notifications. It's always the right time for me. I'm glad you enjoyed the streams, Elliot. Thank you so much. Nah, if he was here, he would have greeted me. Who's not here? Sky? Sky, wait, Sanchez. Wait, is Sanchez is in here? He's not. He's not tonight. He was yesterday. Maybe you're thinking about our last stream. Maybe that's what it is. I'm going completely aggressive even when my mind feels completely irrational. Aggressive as in shutting down that rumination? Yeah. Just like with the Sanchez thing. Some people like it. Some people don't. Whatever. As long as you're shutting down rumination, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter to me. Pick whatever you prefer. If you're not sitting there worrying and ruminating, you're living your life, you're shutting down worry and rumination, I don't care what you tell yourself. I don't care what your attitude is, as long as it's acceptance and you're shutting down the rumination. It doesn't matter. For any of those of you, why am I having trouble with this? For any of, I think my brain's fried. For any of those of you, that doesn't sound right. For any of those of you, maybe that is right. For any of those of you that you ever said something over and over and it just doesn't sound right. For any of those of you, I guess that doesn't sound right, who didn't watch the hand in the cookie jar stream, I highly recommend you check it out. There you go. That's all I was trying to say. That was literally it. What's up, Sky? Popping back in. What's up, dude? I know you're sick of hearing it, but thank you so much again, you absolute fucking legend. Dude, I love you, Wonder Bro. You've kept me alive. I'm not gonna lie. Appreciate you, Elliot. Appreciate you, man. It's okay to be emotional. It says tears in my eyes thinking about it. Dude, I get emotional sometimes. Everybody gets emotional sometimes. It was difficult for me not to get emotional when I seen that that tip coming from Sky. Everybody gets emotional sometimes. It's okay. Accept it like any other feeling, right? Don't ruminate about being emotional. Just be emotional. I spent $3 on a candy today. It took it out. It took out my tooth, and now I have the roots in my mouth left. No dentist opens till Monday. Oh, God, I hate to hear that. Tooth pain is some of the worst pain in the world. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I understand the struggle. It seems like none of those home remedies you look up online really do much of shit. My advice would be, don't use heat. Whatever you do, don't use heat. People think you use heat on a toothache. You don't. That's going to make it worse. That's going to increase the swelling. It's going to bring all the blood to that area. You do not want to use heat on a toothache. I've had some gnarly tooth issues in my life. You want to use cold, and that would be my advice to you. I've been through some really bad ones. And that's an understatement. I've been through some really bad ones. Don't use heat. Use cold. It's always hardest when the shit you're worried about feels the realest, but when it's time to buckle down and just know the real you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love it, gamer. I love the attitude, dude. Are you still at the wedding, Sky? I think you said you were more annoyed by being there than anxious, right? Which is understandable. I feel like most people are kind of like out of their element at a wedding. It's not really the ideal scene for the ideal scene for a lot of people. So I can't say I really blame you there. Good morning, Wonder Bro. Good morning, Sahul. All my Indian viewers, right? This is a good time for you guys. It's actually midnight for me. I don't normally smoke on stream, but when you get a bombshell of a tip dropped on you like that, we need a couple cigarettes just to ground ourselves a little bit. I've got a smell good candle lit, so that should cancel it out, right? That should make it, yeah, that should be fine. It's 3:49 here in New Zealand. In the morning or afternoon? I'm assuming afternoon. That would, unless you're a night owl like me. So when you say that your biggest worry was going crazy, did you know deep down that you weren't going to, or was like you were completely convinced and terrified? At first, I was pretty convinced. I thought, yeah, man, I'm gonna go crazy. This shit sucks. Like, I was pretty convinced, yeah. Over time, I started to maybe deep down realize that that's kind of bullshit, and then it took more time, less rumination, until I could get my real self to pop back out. But at first, I was pretty dang convinced, dude. I'll be honest with you. You got to cut down on them, Chris. We need you alive and well. I appreciate the concern, Ghost. Anytime somebody says something like that, I really do appreciate it. I really do. I know it's a bad habit. It's a horrible habit. If you don't smoke, don't start. Don't worry. I'm going to be kicking for a while. I'm going to be kicking for a while. I have a feeling I'm going to be one of those people that have, you know, issues or whatever, like with their health, but they live to be like 100, so... I don't know. It'll be fine. Okay, going now. Well, if we're still live by the time you get another chance, pop back in, Sky. We'd love to see you. At least he's smoking real nicotine and not those vapes. Dude, I can't get used to the vapes. I tried many years ago. I tried to switch to vapes, and I was even using one of the big, like the big monstrous vape mods. I figured that would do me well. Can't get used to it. I just smoke lights. I know that doesn't count, right? Because smoking a light cigarette's the same thing. It makes no fucking difference whether you smoke lights or full flavors, but at least I can say that, right? I smoke lights. You didn't even want to quit either. What was like your tipping point where you were like, yeah, I'm done with this? Some people just hate on vapes. It's just how it is. I don't necessarily hate on them. I just don't like them. Been an antidepressant withdrawal for 10 months. What's up, E? Welcome to the stream. It's slowly gotten better each month, and saying how doctors don't inform people they're so hard to get off of. Yeah. Everybody has a different experience with it, right? The hard thing with the severe going crazy feeling is you get that feeling, I need to go to the hospital, and the adrenaline goes with that, and now you feel like you need to go to the hospital, yeah, and then you keep telling yourself that, you keep ruminating, and you're making it worse, and eventually you have, you know, these intense feelings, and it'll come down, and then you do it all again, right? You do it all over again at some point. So eventually you got to break the cycle. Eventually we got to break the cycle. So when you start telling yourself things, I need to go to the hospital, I'm going to go, you know, we got to choke that rumination out. You got to replace that and hold yourself accountable for that. Again, Hand in the Cookie Jar stream. I recommend you check it out. Yeah, spitting up, the phlegm. Yeah, convinced I had COPD. Smoke a cigar. I used to smoke cigars from time to time, not like on a regular basis, but I did enjoy Black and Milds every now and then. All right, we're gonna wrap this one up in just a second, guys. Oh. Could you make the electric banner read? Of course. Let's see. What you got for me, Sky? What's up, Wonder Bro? Hope all's well. What's up, Ambient? How you doing, dude? I said break this, like gets the bike out. Sorry, bike. Not that cycle. I definitely vote Elliot for mod. Elliot for mod 2023. Let's see, I think I can do that from here, right? I got you, Elliot. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Got no problem with that. Been here for a while. I've heard both. One of one. I've heard both sides of the story. Have you ever done anything on... I can't even read that word. So I guess that answers the question. Unless there's another term for that, then maybe. But I don't think I've ever even seen that word. You like the shorter videos, Sahul? We've got plenty of mods over on the Discord, but it wouldn't hurt to have some over here, so I'm cool with that. Let's see. Wait, is that what you want the board to read, Sky? That Kate would appreciate a pony? I'm assuming. I'm even going to include the or. I'm going to include the or because I'm not sure. I got you, dude. Okay, autocorrect. Sorry, don't read that. Ignore that. That was wrong. It was autocorrect. It got me. Not pointy. Not pointy. Pony. Oh, Jesus. Forget that. Forget that. I fixed it. I fixed it. At least I hope I did. Can you keep it going into the next stream? I absolutely can. I know we're getting ready to shut this one down right now, but I will keep this up on the board for next stream. Absolutely. All right, guys. So we will leave this message on the board for you, Sky. Thank you so much again, dude. You're an absolute fucking legend. Shout out to Elliot becoming a mod tonight. Thank you guys so much for everything. Wow, just blown away, dude. I don't know what else to say, man. But thank you guys, dude, for everything. Thank you for being amazing, awesome, supportive people. Thank you for the love, the likes, the comments. I love you guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. One last time, man. Sky, you are an absolute fucking legend, and I appreciate the hell out of you. You know what? One more time. Sky, you are an absolute fucking legend, and I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you guys for everything, man. I'll see you soon, and until next time, and I'll leave this message on the board for you, Sky. Don't worry. Until next time, guys, as always, stay awesome.